Hey, howdy, welcome back to Opa Plays MechWarrior Mercenaries. Um, this is the campaign mission. We're just now starting our third mission after the standard 4 that started with. That's probably the last one I'm going to give a count on that. But the last mission we went and did a high reward mission up here in Pascagoula, and then dropped down here after going back and forth a little bit and getting new mech pilots. Came down here to Princeton and picked up a objective raid. And we are in pretty good shape after that. You'll notice my javelin didn't even take any damage whatsoever. Let me show you the reason for that. I'm running pilot overhaul as one of my mods on this. What that does is I've set the pilot overhaul mod options to give me every level of pilot some of the time. And after two looks at in the barracks, I picked up these two guys on two separate planets. And this guy is currently running my javelin with a dancing skill of 10 out of 14 and shielding of 10 out of 12. So yeah, the javelin's pretty safe. I'm taking a beating in most of these missions at this time. Some people might call it running a cheat. It's a mod. What it does is it lets me do my training on these pilots. This guy's developed already a quirks. Now I've got to go pay for that to get it taken off. This guy is not. And of course, you got Freeman and me. At some point during the development of the campaign, I will stop using the commander and start using a picked up pilot, one supposedly AI pilots, because the commander is restricted to 60 points, whereas hired, hired pilots are able to get up to somewhere in the 90s. I haven't really figured out where yet. Um, I've got them up to the mid 90s, and that does make a bit of a difference as you're flying. And one of the other fun things is as you can see, Freeman has made two missions with me after the last man standing. He's picked up 27 kills for a ratio of damage to himself and what he gets out at 4.4 to 1. The commander, 6 missions, 104 kills, and the damage ratio of 4.595. Sorry, 94. Um, you can't you can't do that in the standard play. It doesn't keep track of it. One mission, 9 kills. This guy's a killer. Of course he is. I'm gonna keep him. You don't like the mod and think that's a cheat? You don't have to watch. I'm gonna play with it. Star map. Back on Princeton, I've got two demolition contracts. They are difficulty 13 with a max ton of 160. Keep in mind I'm running 135. So I'm going to take a look around because I've got to preserve what I've got. Got a defense contract at difficulty 9, 145. Got three 145s. I'm going to take them. One of my goals here is to bounce up over reputation level 4 so I can start taking cantina missions. One of my other goals is level 4-ish, somewhere in there. You wind up picking up a, well, let me take it. You wind up taking on Goblin, a mech warrior who knew your father and happens to carry with him a Phoenix Hawk KB, which stands for Kobold, and that is a hero mech. Hero mechs generally speak uh, louder than their weight. They can carry much milk to the point where it's about a 15 to 20% difference. And we'll get into that once I show you Kobold if and when he comes along on this one. So far I've seen him many missions. He's almost always there. We're going to take a raid because that's more entertaining to watch than a defense mission. And I think a 10 145 is something I can pretty well handle here. 847,000 C-bills if I do it successfully. Gives me a little bit incentive to come out of this alive. And well. I really got to hand it to the guys that have been doing this for years, and they literally find something new to talk about on every single mission. Talking while you're playing is not easy. I'm not a shy guy, but I'm not necessarily the guy that jumps up on top of a stool and starts talking to the party. So. Speak of the Jenner, there he goes. And nope, that's my Jenner.
Scout the points marked on your map and identify the specific buildings our client wants destroyed. Then take them out.
Do my best not to talk while she's talking, because A, that's polite, let the lady talk, but also so you guys can hear what's going on from the mission. I'm going to run up this canyon straight in front of my my mech at this point, hook a left, take out the first and then the second one. First of all, I gotta dodge warship parts that have been laying on the ground. And Rihanna just took off and left us here. If you get to a point where you can read the maps well, you can see that right on the radius going out at 45 degrees from mine, there's a little divot there in the canyon wall. That means I could have, and still can, hook a left and go through that. But I'm just not going to do that at this point. It saves a little bit of time. But I really think the designer of the mission wanted you to do that and might have laid a trap or two there. In this case, I don't need to. I'm not going to. I get to the point where I'm running cantina missions and I got pretty good solid mechs. Then I start trying to kill as much as I can every single time, because I'm trying to collect them, kill them, or get credit for them. Let's take a run. Ooh, that was Story in the Javelin reacting faster than I could possibly have done it. Got 1,000 meters between targets. This should be a relatively easy divide and conquer kind of raid. SRM-6s are wonderful at taking out tanks. They almost always kill it one shot. And because it's got a shotgun effect to it, it's that much more deadly as they're moving. Something's shooting me in the side as they're moving along. This is a Clint I'm getting ready to kill. Clints are lore-based mechs from the yet another Mech Lab mod. They include lovely things like double heat sinks. I'm waiting for my heat to get down, so I gotta tread a little bit gently on the heat. We'll take that out, then I'll go kill some of these sharp things that want to poke me.
Nearly there, Commander. Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
And free salvage is always, well,
Close enough. Ready to
good
strike for
salvage,
operation.
because it's free. Fill up my ammo a little bit.
Cargo acquired.
Next target. Got a VTOL coming in somewhere over here. There he is. Swivel around.
Target destroyed.
Hey, Kraus, good job. I'm giving myself some open space so I can see what's coming at me. Then we'll run up this little canyon to the next place. I think that was a turn. It might just have been my guy's foot. One of the things I see a lot of people do is they run straight into a target. That's never good. Never ever good. Try to dodge, run into at an angle, turn your torso one way and run the other way. Make them miss.
Good work, Commander. That's one less target.
Now you can see the cuts in the canyon on the map in front of me,
Right on top of you.
going through
All
this
target
canyon
buildings
wall.
have been destroyed, Commander. Good job. Getting you an evac now. Head to the marked location.
I have no incentive whatsoever to pick up every little kill I can possibly pick up at this point.
I got it.
So I let them do it for me. Letting my lance mates shoot and run and dodge and twist gives them more experience, so they get better faster.
Contract successful. Time to get paid.
And as for me, it's always nice to actually make money. That's why they call it Mercenaries. MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries. I've been playing this since MechWarrior 1 came out, and I've been reading the book since the early 90s. So I'm pretty well steeped in the lore and really love the game. Reputation 4, I am now established. And I'm halfway to 5. Picked up an SRM Tier 2. I got some Clint. Ooh, look at that. Double heat sinks, one of the most lovely things you can possibly find. They weigh nothing and do not, in fact, well, weigh anything. I got a choice of that or a double heat sink, and quite frankly, this is from the Clint that I killed. Quite frankly, the double heat sinks are more valuable because what they give me is one. Um, I can put this into any mech and it gives me the equivalent of 10 more engine single heat sinks. Um, a very valuable thing to have. So, sorry, I got to pass up a double heat sink in the early game. Keep in mind, I got that out of the Clint and literally search for, hunt down. If you see a Clint or a mongoose or a wyvern on the battlefield, that should always be your primary target because they have these things in them. This is the Clint if it was fully repaired. As you can see, XL engines, engine double heat sinks. Double heat sinks themselves are not going to show. Um, this is the easiest way to find this kind of thing on the battlefield. And now I've got two more pickups, and that's going to be a 0 These all will eventually consolidate down, upgrade, and make into better medium lasers. Picking up the experience levels, he's going to be a while catching up. That's not a big deal. But Kraus, me, and Freeman picking it up. And I didn't take all that much damage. Look at that, $22,000 out of 800. So that being the case, it's just scuffed paint. We'll go ahead and do a full repair all right here now. 3-day wait, not a big deal. Go back to home, because as you recall, there were other missions here. I like defense missions because they don't beat up my mechs and they make me money. But remember, I just picked up level 4, and that means I can get cantinas. Since part of this is talking to you about what's going on, I feel obligated to go get a cantina. But I'm going to be honest, not here. Let's get some cash first. It's a 145 Scorched Earth 11, which really makes it a couple levels above that. A Scorched Earth is a demolition. Let's go play it. I'll show you what we're talking about. Mech's got to repair anyway. What the heck? I'm going to go ahead and search for and find the mod that takes out the starship scene, jump ship scene, because you guys don't need to keep seeing that. You're still going to wind up with a longer dropship scene because the computer still needs the time to process the next mission. Cantina, here's what they're all about. Collect 8 jump jets class 5. We'll take that. We'll take 8 single heat sinks because we're going to find them one way or another. We'll go to Mercenary Row and collect 1 air purification unit. And I'll explain that shortly. As you can see, we're allowed to have 6. I now have 3 of 6 cantina missions. Okay. I've already got the jump shots. I just made 218,000 C-bills and 75 reputation. Got a tier 4 or tier 1 SRM4 ammo for it. For turning in jump shots I am not going to use. I've got 4 of 8 single heat sinks. We'll worry about that later. Go to Mercenary Row and collect that. Check this out. Here on the star map, this icon, little text booklet, says that mission is possibly here, and it's all over the place. It almost never is at the planet or in the system where you pick up, and it's not. If it was, it would have a little right up here saying that I could possibly pick it up here. But since I just accepted the mission here, it's not going to be here. Okay. Scorched Earth, difficulty 11 in a mega city. You guys haven't seen a mega city yet if this is the first watch on this. So let's go do one. I got bad weather, and like I said earlier, actually I got it reversed. The bad news is I got bad weather. The good news is I got bad weather, and I'm going to earn 25% more than I normally would, and pick up 25% more in damage. Normally I'd pick up 6, I get 7.
Careful, Commander. The sensors are malfunctioning due to the weather, and your visibility on this mission will be compromised as well.
A scorched earth is to run in and destroy a section of a city or a section of a target, etc. This is going to be a couple blocks of the city more than likely. Fast run in. I'm going to really hope that Freeman and the Locust does his job with his 2 machine guns. Machine guns tear cities up, tear buildings up. At some point I might show you that. I start taking a whole lot of damage in my Centurion, I'm going to jump to the Locust spray the heck out of everything, and then run like heck, because that's what they do. Locusts are really good for running a raid mission for the same reason.
Walk on up to the treasure to pick it up.
Free stuff. Somewhere. Here it is.
Destroying the marked industrial infrastructure will destabilize the opposition's grip on this region. Something our benefactors are willing to spend a great deal of sea bills to see done.
Walked right through it. That's embarrassing. Too busy listening to her.
Brilliant. Payload acquired.
One target, 900 and yada yada meters away. Let's collect my lance and go. This is a mega city. This is a mega city on AC-10. Any questions? How about a mega city on, I don't know, SRMs? Ballistics rule on demolition missiles. Spider. Fast tinfoil. Missed. Embarrassed. You tell my guys to get that. I want salvage for the spider, that's why I'm staying on it. I'm bouncing off buildings trying to keep up with it. You head back to base then. I was trying to show you the best way to take those fast mechs out, that is to sweep their legs with an SRMs. Like I was saying, the scorched earth is the stuff that is inside this red circle here. It doesn't stop me from trying to kill the stuff outside of it, because it's going to keep making damage to me. Yeah, I know I got a VTOL out there somewhere, but let's get this thing. Oh, I almost lost my arm. Enough fun. Time to kill. Wow, damage can really add up fast, can't it? You got a mech coming. Let's finish this up. Time to get gone. Nope. Time to get gone. AC-10s cost a lot of money. 500-yard run. Notice every time I trip over a road barrier or bounce into a building, it reduces my speed drastically.
Once you've found the targeted asset, move up to it, and we'll begin the recovery procedure.
No enemies, time to pick it up. Got a light mech crawling at me.
Package acquired.
Go get him, guys. I do not recall something hitting me in my arm like that.
A job well done, Commander. Stand by for pickup.
keeping my arm to the left so we can't hit it. Yeah, I've watched other people play the game, and they're like, you'll notice that my left arm is turned slightly orange. I am therefore going to twist my torso to the left and guard it. And then when I do want to fire, I'm going to rapidly rotate it to the right, squeeze off around, and rotate back left. And I'm like, I got to hide my arm. So some of these folks are really, really good at playing this. I'm not so much. And playing it and talking it. I do happen to think I'm a really good player. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the junk I just picked up on this mission. I'm thinking, why did I even want to play one of these? Salvage is not necessarily good on a demolition mission because you're not really killing a lot of things on a demolition mission. I did, however, do 355 points of damage, which is just about, I'm not going to bother doing the math, just about the same as everybody else in my entire lance did. And they only got 3 kills between them, but then again, I only got 4. There's just not enough targets on a demolition. That's a good thing, because a target is a euphemism for mech that wants to kill me. Hey, I think I mentioned Goblin. I got him with a free Phoenix Hawk KB. And Goblin's not a bad pilot. He's just got a really bad dentist, and we got to fix his picture. We'll take care of that once I start showing you how to do that in the pilot overhaul mod. So, where am I at? 4.5 million. Battlemechs are good. I picked up this guy. We'll talk about him in a second. I'm going to do field repairs. So I don't think. Well, no, I did take a little bit of hitting on the gun arm of my Centurion, didn't I? Oof. Right down there at the armor, but no actual structural damage whatsoever. Everything else turns out to be okay. Got an SRM4 with 2 tiers. Excuse me. Can I find a market? I know, I'm out in the wilderness. You're not going to find anything on the market. Let's go ahead and do a repair on this and everybody else. Take my locust, put it down here for a minute. Take the Phoenix Hawk and show you what I got. Phoenix Hawk Cobalt is a hero mech. You can tell it's a hero mech as it says so up here. Um, look at the bonuses. I can't move my mouse because it'll fall away. For the armor bonuses, the twisting bonuses, everything else you get for just the simple fact that it is a hero mech. That's what it all means. It carries more weight, it does more damage, it can absorb more damage, and they are impeccably constructed. The loadout of this guy is 2 medium lasers on the right arm, 2 SRM4s on the left arm, a large laser in the torso, pumping out 41.85 points of damage, 12 per second, cooling heat of 2, and a weapon heat of 3.69. The rule of thumb everybody talks about online is you want the cooling heat per second to be 2 times or one half of, I'm sorry, the weapon heat per second. That means that this Cobalt is really doing well. One of the reasons he's really doing well is the engine double heat sinks that I picked up on the last mission as salvage, if you remember that. And we're going to go with that. For right now, though, I say right now because there is a specific mission later on where if I get it, I am in fact going to want those jump jets back. But for right now, I'm going to take those 2 tons of jump jets and I'm going to max the armor out to all but 0.6 tons. And we're going to leave it right there at that. That's pretty much the only thing I can do to this at this point to make it any better. Make it just a little bit more resilient to taking damage. That's 15 days because I'm out in the boonies. So let's look at the work orders for all 4. Oh, by the way, notice the Locust didn't take any damage at all in that last run. So the Phoenix Hawk's 14 days out. I'm sitting on a planet with no other missions. I can go back to the cantina because I took care of one. Oh, okay, I'm going to talk about this. War Dog is a cantina mission type like War Dog, Treasure Hunter, Mech Hunter. War Dog is always going to be about killing VTOLs. Warriors are a class of VTOL. Um, VTOLs or tanks. You're going to kill them anyway, guys and girls. Go ahead and take the War Dog missions every chance you get. Let me explain why. The War Dog, when you get all the way up to level 10, you can have an upgrade for your mechs individually. You got to pay for it individually and install it. It gives them a 15% boost of speed. Anybody who's a fan of war knows that speed equals armor equals safety. I've already got a treasure hunter in the kick. Let's go with kill 3 javelins. You know what? I don't want to go to Inferno Wake right now. Let me explain something while we're here. I am currently in Mercenary Row. That's what this little block over here I selected says Mercenary Row. Inferno's Wake is probably this one. Yep. So if I go to Cantina and take this one, this treasure hunter, I've got to go to the other area and find it. And the other area is, quite frankly, a reputation 4, which is within my realm because I just made 4, but it's also a bit of a reach. Give you an example. Verde has 160-ton missions. Let's take a look. Having dropped this one out, I now have 50. I like stacking my mechs up, bigger to smaller. 95 with the Phoenix Hawk. Is that 120? 130, off by 10. 140 is all I could throw out there at this point. So really, I'm swinging at tonnage right where I should be in this area still. And I think I'm going to go down here and take a 145. I want to do a war zone. I like war zones. The war zone mission type is really 2 different flavors, both war zone, which are the easier ones, and battlefields, which are a little bit more intense than war zones, but other than that, they play out to be the same. Notice up here in the planet specific box where it says, you know, contracts here may discover an air purification unit. We saw that on the star map itself because it had this box. Once we get to here, we can see if they really do. And they do. In fact, the battlefield, once again, a little more intense than a war zone, but it's only a difficulty 8 and a 145. So I'm going to go ahead and take this one. We'll play it through and make sure we don't get killed. I got a 45 from the Independents, so I should be getting a pretty good selection, and I do with a 5. I'll take 3 of that in cash, 2 of that in salvage shares. And I'm pretty sure I've gone ahead and run a treasure hunt mission before So you already know. Okay, give me a second. I gotta switch out who's doing what here. The locust is gone. We're gonna give Foreman the javelin. We're gonna give Story the Phoenix Hawk, and that's simply because the affinity, and he's a better pilot. We're gonna I'll stack them up better for better. We'll put Story in 2 with the Phoenix Hawk, and we're gonna have to wait 1 day. Big deal. This is a matter of keeping Kraus and his affinity on that Jenner up, and everybody else gets to train some. And I'm a little bit over tonnage. I'm going to lose 10%. I'll take that loss. We're going to go out and have some fun on this one instead of getting shot up. Okay, we're going to get shot up anyway. We always get shot up. That's why we're here. It's kind of important to make sure you get a good mouse that can withstand the white knuckle treatment you're going to be giving it if you haven't played this game
The
yet.
battlefield is up ahead. Enemies will be relentless on this front, so take care not to overextend your stay here. But if you do stick around, our employers are offering a competitive combat bonus if we can continue to hold off enemy forces past our negotiated timetable.
In English, that negotiated bonus means everything you kill extra, you get money for.
Likelihood we'll find one of our hidden assets on this mission. I've marked the possible location for it on your map.
Here's the secret to defense missions, battlefields, missions, when you have a treasure hunt on them. I'm going to speed up a little bit. If you ignore going to the map carrot that tells you where to start the mission and just run and pick up the treasure hunter, nothing comes at you. You don't start the battlefield, war zone, defense, nothing. Essentially, other than your time and some noise in your ears, you get the treasure hunter pickup for free. Trick is sometimes they put that pickup right in the middle where you got to go anyway, and now you got to fight for it.
The location of our hidden asset. It must be nearby.
As soon as she lights off and says we're approaching, you need to focus in and
Nearly there, Commander.
try to find it.
Approach the hidden object to pick it up.
There it is. The big yellow streak coming up gives it away.
That's close enough. Ready to start pickup operation. You can never have too much ammunition.
You'll notice that the objective, secondary objective did go away. That means I did in fact pick it up. Sometimes they trick you into picking up a couple of, bins of machine gun ammo and put the treasure hunt pickup 10 feet beyond it or whatever. So make sure the objective goes away. To tell you a secret, I don't like the mega city. I don't like fighting in the mega city. It cuts down on your field of view, and it cuts down on your range for combat. And it's a lot of noise and debris flying around. Doing a battlefield here I would not normally have done, but I kind of wanted the treasure hunt pickup. I mean, it's a freebie, right? I used to take these and run circles around the map carrot at 475. knocking down buildings and making it all open so I could play it my way. I don't do that anymore because, well, I wind up doing it while I'm playing it anyway. Get into about 209 meters and that'll trip it off.
You've got the Ops Force's attention. They are converging on your position. Brace for hostile contact.
We've got a nice central square. I think we'll make our stand here.
Target acquired.
It's still 100,000 meters out. Like I said, we're going to make our stand here. There's some space. Wait for them to come. Get my guys back behind me so they don't get prematurely slaughtered. Still 700 away. That's a mongoose. That is one of the yet another MechWarrior lore variants. I didn't get a shot at it. I wanted its legs. Couldn't get myself over to it. That's one of the variants that
Reconnaissance flights
can be carrying
presence in the vicinity.
good tech.
Be on the lookout for further hostiles.
So the idea being shoot their legs. Not to salvage, but to make sure they spill their guts on the battlefield. It's a hard world. Got another battle mech out there circling around. Always take a snapshot if you can. It might actually hit.
That VTOL is on our list of targets. Let's make our quarter.
That's the warriors we were talking about.
Looks like you've got their attention.
That makes two of them. You can see it on the left.
Hostiles incoming on your position.
New target spider.
That's another fast-moving piece of tinfoil. A spider. Over here somewhere.
Target acquired.
That's a wasp. We'll take it first. Like I said, always take a snapshot. Hey, it might hit. Don't you dare try to fall on my head. Too much cover in cities. Where's that spider at? I want some spider meat. There he is. Nope, that's the wasp. There we go.
Target acquired.
Eight out of 13. Something over this way. There we go.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Thank you.
Additional contacts just crossed the perimeter, Commander. Expect company soon.
Get out of my way, I'll kill it.
Target destroyed.
Pretty sure I saw something over here. There we go. All three of them. So this is it. 3 tanks and we're done. I will not be staying for the bonus money. Too slow at this level.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Fiend here. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
We've reached our quarter, Commander. From here on out, we're racking up bonus pay. Stick around as long as you like. We're on standby to pick you up when you're
Oh
ready
look,
for evac.
free stuff. we got? I know I punched up that mech fast enough. Why didn't it showing it to me?
Right on cue. VTOL on approach.
Killing it weighed me almost nothing.
Leave it to me.
New
That's a
target
Panther with large laser and a SRM4. We'll take him out. Does have 14,800 C-bills and bonus money at this point. Goodbye. You can die now.
target destroyed.
So for taking out that Panther, I got 30,000 C-bills. And 2 VTOLs giving me the other 14. That's a Whitworth. Whitworths are always valuable targets. They fall in the same range as that Clint. Hope you got your notepad out and you're taking notes on this. These are the ones you go for not for the money, but
Weren't expecting that, huh?
for the pieces and parts they might leave laying on the battlefield.
Target destroyed.
And we'll get out of here. One of the,
Complete, Commander. Let's go home.
One of the things that's fun to play for here is the achievements. The achievements can consist of, it's a good example, these battlefield missions. If you get over 500,000 C-bills in bonus money, you need 10 of those and that's an achievement. Running a defense mission and scoring at better than 80% of the city that you're defending or the target that you're defending, better than 80% remaining, you get 10 of those, that's an achievement. The bad news is those achievements don't give you a single C-bill in your pocket or anything other than bragging rights. But bragging rights are what games are all about. PPC Tier 2. I'm going to give you a big downer if you're a PPC fan. I don't use them. I will sell them, get rid of them, swap them out for a large laser every single time. Wow. There's some salvage for you. And I'm short. I would have been short no matter what, even though I'm over tonnage. The over tonnage penalty of -1 takes me down to 8. But XL engines, wow, they really are worth the money. I got a structural endo. I'm going to take that because it's $1 million. I might not be able to sell it for $1 million, but I'm going to take it anyway. Anything else fall out on the battlefield? Like double heat sinks? No. That's just the way it goes sometimes, folks. Um, gosh, 7 left. 7 left. And no matter what I take, it's going to get sold. So I'm going to go ahead and take a Whitworth for 5 of those and a Mongoose for 2 of them. Pretty good pickups, pretty good gets. What do you think? We're moving along into the world. I got this. We'll claim it. Aerodynamic hull. That was Treasure Hunter. Allows missiles to travel faster and further. That just means you got to relearn how fast they're moving and how far they can move again. But only for the mechs that actually have them. Yeah, jump jet burn time. That was the jump jets that I turned in earlier. I've already got 6 VTOLs knocked out. Haven't seen a Jenner to kill it. If I saw one, I'd kill one. Up to 5.5 million C-bills. Not bad, not good enough. Take a look at what else is out there. I don't want to make this episode too long. So I might do one more. What do you think? Tuma. What do we got? We'll do a targeted kill at 8. That's faster than the defense usually. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. I might come up and do defense on the first mission next time. But right now, we'll go ahead and do the targeted kill. Once everything is repaired. Contracts, targeted kill, restricted blinding dust. Hey, here's a good part about the restricted blinding dust. It means you get paid more. 1.3 should get me to 6.7-ish after I pay for damage.
Extreme weather warning is in effect, Commander. You'll have limited visibility out there and have to contend with sensor malfunctions.
Yeah, I'm going to do something real quick just to show you some fun here. Notice the Phoenix Hawk in slot 2. I'm going to exit and come right back into it. Watch its left arm. Twist, twist, and down. That is the only mech in this entire game I've ever found that moves in the, in here in the mech bay. It is a fun one to watch. Notice I haven't changed this paint job. I'm not going to do that right now. We'll do that next time. We'll say ready because I'm not 100% and go ahead and do our drop after our 3-day wait. I'm going to say one thing real quick here. Some of the ability I have to not get my butt kicked in these missions is I don't take the... Sorry, let them talk.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
It's a little cloudy out.
So targets have split up in order to evade us. The more locations on the map are the most likely areas where we'll find them. Be careful, as they have many supporters in the area that are more than willing to die for their cause.
Okay, I'm going to finish what I was saying. I don't take missions that are, generally speaking, going to kick my butt. I take missions I'm pretty sure I can complete with moderate damage so that I can advance through the game. Every once in a while, I will take a mission that truly is a butt kicker. Not until I have the resources.
Our target is not here. Let's hope we have better luck at the other locations.
And at this level of the game, I don't have the resources to spring back from a devastating loss. After all, that's what devastating means, isn't it? This is another Clint. That's why I'm going after him, and that's why I'm shooting at his legs. I might have followed it into a rabbit hole because it's running away way too much. Give me a leg. There we go. Okay, played around enough. I'm after anything that shoots at me, Rihanna. That's a Panther AAG or AALG or whatever. Yeah.
Green here. That's it for him.
I'm getting pretty scarred up here. Time to stand back and start killing. Oof. My back is laid open, and I've still got another target to kill.
Target acquired.
Take out that tank, guys.
Commander.
Thank you.
Baron here. That took care of him.
We'll go up around the side here.
Moving to your 6, Commander.
Tell my folks to get up on me.
Easier, Commander.
Oh boy.
Watch yourself.
New target blackjack.
Sorry, Commander. I can't attack it.
Didn't hold the target long enough.
Shooting from here.
Y'all, please do. It's your turn. This is where I need to get crafty and reduce my damage a little bit. And there's two of them.
All mechs lost all armor. Weapons. Shit. Ejecting.
One down. Don't spray on me. Centaurian, naturally.
Wilco. Focusing fire.
I'm going to pick off the side targets. Give my guys plenty of room and space to wound him up a little bit. Once he's nice and warm. Miss him a couple times. Because that's always good too.
Primary target is down. Kill confirmed.
Yeah, well, I'm still getting shot up.
Target showing up as KIA on my scopes. Great work.
New target.
Now let's pack it in before their friends arrive.
Commando, easy meat.
Target acquired.
A wasp, y'all take them out.
Should be good.
Yep, that's me stopping and letting them
As ordered.
kill that wasp. Should not be difficult, folks. Shoot them. There you go.
Cleaned here. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And we're done.